Good morning, boys and girls. It's Miss Angela, and we are on day 38 of Drawing at Home with Miss Angela. Now, today we are going to draw something called a koi fish. Now, a koi fish is a beautiful fish. If you people have ponds at their home, a lot of times they'll have koi fish in it, or if there's a big outdoor pond, there'll be koi in it. And koi look like kind of like a giant goldfish. They're beautiful, beautiful fish. And that's what we're going to draw today, is a couple koi fish in a lily pond. So go ahead and grab your paper and your pencils, your colored pencils, your markers, your crayons. Get it all out. If you have pastels, if you found they weren't too messy over the last couple days, get those out and we're gonna draw. Now, first thing we're gonna do is we're going to make the shape of a fish. Now, a lot of times I'll say there's a shape like a teardrop. This one's gonna be a really long teardrop because we need to really make it look like a fish. So let's go ahead and we'll put one right up here. All right, we'll make it really long. See how long it is? It's almost like a drop of water coming down. Now we're gonna make one over here too, but we're gonna make this one bigger because we want two different size koi fish in our pond. And so let's go ahead and make a big circle down at the bottom. Looks like a giant teardrop. Look at that. That's kind of neat all by itself. It looks like rain or something. All right, let's go ahead and put tails on the back of them. This is gonna be their face down here, and this will be their tail back here. So these are gonna look kind of like, oh, make it almost like a leaf. Doesn't that look like a little bitty leaf? And then we're gonna make one on the other side. And they can kind of be any shape. You can use your imagination with these. And I'm gonna put them up here on this little guy. And then I'll put another one on this side. So we have the back, what do you call them? I don't know. Are they, they're not flippers. What are they? They're tails, the tails. And now we're gonna make the little arms or the little gills, the little, not gills, the little, I guess they're like little gills. And I should have looked all this stuff up in the dictionary before I started today. Now we're gonna put these right here, a couple of them, so they can swim along. It keeps them stable for swimming. And then let's go ahead and put a couple bigger ones on him since he's a bigger fish. All right, and then we're gonna have like a little ridge down their back. So when I make the ridge, I'm gonna try to go in a little bit of a curve, just like that. And then I'm gonna put a little top on it. It'll be like a little bitty wave across the top of his head. And the same thing here. See how I do it on a curve, just like that? And then I'll put it like that. Now we have a couple fish. Now they need some eyes, but we don't want to make them googly eyes today, like cartoon eyes. We're gonna just make them black spots. So we're gonna do a half circle, maybe not even a half circle. It's just a little tiny bit on one side and a tiny little eye on that side. Because fish kind of have their eyes on the side of their head. Now, I didn't mention this before, but we are doing something called a bird's eye view. And they call it a bird's eye view because if you were a bird and you were flying, you'd be looking down on everything. So this is looking down on a pond. We're not like swimming underneath, looking at the fish or anything. We're like a bird flying over and we can see these fish from the top of them down into the pond. Now our pond doesn't look that interesting yet, so let's put a couple of lily pads in here. Now a lily pad kind of has a little V on it, just like that. And then it has a big circle. They're kind of fun, kind of different, kind of easy to draw, just like that. And let's go ahead and make another lily pad here. We'll make a V, and then we'll just go right around and connect it to any kind of round shape. It doesn't have to be super round because it's a leaf. All right, let's go ahead and do our koi fish. Now, remember how I told you they're kind of a orange color? But I'm gonna add, first of all, let's add a little yellow. We're gonna make them a little interesting. So I am going to add maybe a little bit of yellow on the sides of them, maybe a little bit in their tail. Does the yellow show up in here? Can you see it? All right, and then we'll do the same thing for him, just here and there. We don't want it to be all orange. We want to be real artists and make it a lot more interesting. Okay. Then maybe we'll even make this yellow down the middle, so it's really going to show up. And then we'll use our orange. Now I'm not using pastels today. I'm using markers because this is more solid colors. And I don't know. I just felt like using markers today. And I noticed yesterday when I was a clown, I was like this, and my big hat was covering the whole thing, so you couldn't even see what I was drawing most of the time. So I apologize. But I had fun doing it. I had fun being in that crazy, crazy getup. How did your clowns turn out? Did they turn out pretty good? I'm waiting to see a couple. All right, now we've got one little guy almost done. You see how I kind of left the yellow in there? It kind of blends, a nice blending, and we'll get his little tiny fins on the side. I guess that's what you call them, fins. I don't know. Okay, now let's get his tail in there. It's kind of a fun one. It's kind of nice and bright and colorful. And then we'll do the rest of his body, if my orange doesn't putter out on me here. And then we're going to do our lily pads in green. Let me finish up our little fish here, our little koi fish. And koi is spelled kind of a different way. It's spelled K-O-I. That spells koi, the kind of fish that you're drawing right now. So if you wanted to look it up, you could look up what a real koi fish looks like. All right, there we go. Now let's go ahead and get our lily pads. Now our lily pads are gonna be green. And if I wanted to, or if you wanted to, you could put, usually lily pads sometimes have bright pink flowers on them. They almost look like, oh, I don't know what to say, almost like a little tulip kind of thing on top of a lily pad. Open tulip. But they're very, very pretty. Has anybody been to a pond and have seen any of these koi fish? I have, and they can get really, really big. Very big. How many people have a fish tank at home? I used to have a fish tank. My kids used to have a fish tank. And we used to watch those fish, and they would get bigger and bigger too. I think we overfed them, to tell you the truth. All right, my goodness, that took longer coloring than I thought. All right, so we have our two beautiful koi fish and our two lily pads. And now I'm going to use a blue pastel because I figured this will be a lot faster. And then we want the water to be all blue. So I'm going to try to color in without coloring over the top of them. And this is a beautiful picture. Sometimes we do silly pictures. Sometimes we do beautiful ones. Sometimes we do cartoons. I kind of try to mix it up a little bit all the time. So there's something that everybody likes. But coming up, I know we've got some dinosaurs coming up. I know, I'm trying to think what else. We have another Bob Ross coming up when he draws the landscapes that are so pretty. That might even be tomorrow. Now I put them all online so you can see what pictures are coming up next. At least about 5 days in advance I put them on there. So, there you go. Now there is a beautiful koi pond. I want to see how you do. I want to see your fish. And they were kind of simple, but look how simple. A simple drawing can turn out to be something very, very beautiful. So I will see you tomorrow. Do what I tell you every day. You must know this routine by now. You're going to stay safe. You're going to wash your hands. You're going to listen to your parents. You're going to be creative and be kind. Be very kind to everyone because it's kind of a hard time for everybody to be stuck at home all the time. So the kinder you are, the kinder everyone else is to you. So I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining me. And tomorrow is what is tomorrow? Today's 39. Oh my gosh, it's day 39 tomorrow. We'll see you then. Bye-bye now.